Welcome back to another morning skate show with the hockey coach, Guru Coach, and she's directly from the sunshine, beautiful, amazing weather this morning. It's Friday, February 25th, 2022. Hopefully you're ready to rock and roll your weekend. This is the last weekend of the February, and I can wait to be there. Of course, at 5 o'clock tonight, we are back tonight at 5 o'clock for another show. It's called the Warm-Up Show. Come tonight because we have a special guest, the new driver, Formula One, for the upcoming season is going to be with us tonight. So don't miss this. Come back with us at 5 o'clock. We have a new driver, and he's going to be with us at 5 o'clock in the Formula One. You cannot wait to see him. One of the greatest drivers we never met before. So don't go nowhere. Hopefully you're going to be with us tonight. We have also a few people already in the house today. I saw the chat earlier. Of course, we have the best brother of the best brother. Because he's a fan of the Montreal Canadiens. Welcome back. It's maybe his break lunch right now. He's the guy who wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's the time I go to bed. He go wake up. We're talking about Mr. Roger L. in the house. The scout is back with us, Mr. Alexis Dubuc. Welcome back. Mr. Soler is with us today. He said my mom's birthday is today. I have a niece named Alexis. Have a happy birthday to your mom, and also to anybody else is their birthday today. We wish you happy birthday. Corey Hill, he's back with us. Mr. Corey is the number one fan of the Ottawa Senators. They're looking great. Honestly, they're going to play against the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night. So welcome aboard, Mr. Corey. From Boston Bruins, they won last night by the score of 3-2 in OT. Welcome back, Mr. John Gregor. From Utah, yes, he's from Utah, is back with us again. The Los Angeles King, number 20. We call him the Run with Kings 20. He's with us for another Friday in the house. And then we have also, for the first time, I believe, I cannot remember we saw him. If it's not the first time, we apologize. Welcome back. If it is, please let us know. And we talk about Mr. Peter August in the house. You're welcome, Roger A. Soler. And then we have, of course, G-Bay said, welcome back, Mr. G-Bay. Thanks for joining us. That's a good one. That's really a good one, for sure. And the update, man, the guy bring all the score. He's always give us all the different scores during the day. And, of course, during the 8th night. I'm talking about Mr. R.J. Calabro Sport in the house. RJ is a wonder. He does very well during the contest at the end of the show, so don't go nowhere. Stay with us. At the end of the show, it's called a Frenchy quiz under, over, or over, under. It's not a matter how you say that, but that's what's happening. 3 questions at the end of the show, and RJ have a great week. He won 3 times this week, so congratulations about that. We are kicking tomorrow, at least I hope, Corey. It could happen, Corey. It will be a fine also. The only thing we're looking for, Corey, is to have an exciting game between the Senator and the Montreal Canadiens. Roger said, I wake up at 2 a.m. and the wife and me to cleaning contract Then we are done around 6 a.m. Then wife works daytime 7 to 3. And I start my day job for 8 to 5. Wow. That's a lot of hours, buddy. Congratulations, and all my prayer to you and your wife. You are really amazing to do that kind of hours, to be honest with you. So, Roger, I just wish the best, and congratulations, by the way. Hi, John Gregor. How are you doing tonight? Directly from Finland. He's back in the house during his walkout. He's listening us, Mr. Yavo Verpanen. From the shack, from Orleans, from the snow, from the ice, or from the inside the house beside the fire pit. I don't know. But I'm sure it's somewhere, somehow in Ontario. That's where we're going to find the other brother. I'm sure he's smiling because the Toronto Maple Leafs find a way to win yesterday, 3-1. Great performance. I'm going to talk about Matthews and Merechek and also the Toronto Maple Leafs. Mr. Danny T and the house. You're on the right car with the Maple Leaf Toronto, GB, for sure about that. Peter, yeah, it's my first time here. Look like Ghostface will go behind your coach. Thank you so much, Peter. August, we welcome in the inside of the Hockey Family Nation live show. We welcome everybody. Hopefully you subscribe. And also, don't forget, everybody, each one of you, to click on the likes. That's what we're looking for. That'd be great if you can encourage and support the Hockey Nation Live Show. That'd be awesome, Peter. Welcome aboard. So you look like you are fans of the Montreal Canadiens. Don't go nowhere. If you have any question, please just typing them, and then I will answer to you. Mr. Alexi, welcome back now. Mr. Alexi is from now on the Facebook. Directly from Colorado, Denver, the Rocky Mountain. I'm talking about Mr. Stevie G in the house. And New York snow, ice weather today. Wow, I don't know what's going on in Finland. Mike Zuck, welcome back. Last night, he said, wow, the Flame 34-minute penalty, Canucks 2-minute penalty. Wow, last night, the Flame destroyed the Calgary Flames 7-1. After a 10W and a great, streak of the Lindholm. Both of them got snapped by the W from the Canucks Vancouver to go for Miller and Peterson and all that. So we're going to talk about that game. Of course, a lot of minute penalty at the end of the game where Goudreau and everybody else. Welcome back. You are awesome. Miss Kelly in the house, directly from Ontario. John Gregor in Boston, we got a foot of the snow. Guys, it's 82 right now here. Blue sky. The lake in front of me is looking great. The piscina, the pool, I'm going to jumping there about 90 minutes. It's looking good for me. It's going to be my Friday afternoon, 90 minutes in the pool, and some tequila or something like that. Beside that, that'll be great about that. Here we go. Look like there's some love between the two brothers today. That's amazing. That's great. Fais-tu une game ce soir, Alexis? Possible. I'm not sure which one. Looking more for Colorado, Winnipeg at 9 o'clock, Alexis. Matthews leading in goal, 36 goal so far. He passed Leon Draisaitl last night with his 35 and the 36 of the season. GB, I agree with you about that one over there. I saw a close game last night. Really, Leaf has been played a bit cold as of late. They lost the last three games prior to that one over there, and then they come back with a W. The Wall are 1-4 in the last four games. Really strange what's going on. A lot of upset last night. I didn't do well on my prediction, honestly. But that's what we at that moment. What about the Columbus? We're going to go through those games the next couple of minutes. A lot of milestones, by the way, last night. And we're going to get there. Of course, la vidéo gèle. All right. Ça se peut bien. Il fait froid. On a better to be cold now in the playoff. Solaire down at the ball of the Flame. Trou Solaire. Last night was full upset game. I agree with you. I have a big snow blower, and I sent it to you, Coach. But first of all, thank you. But I have my army of people: Jose in New York, John Gregor in Boston. I have Johnny Larkin in the New York, Washington area. So all of them stop your snow, Mr. Danny. And when they hit Jacksonville in Florida, the snow melt. So when they reach me, they are only raining. So, you have to push. I don't know how you can do that. Talking about the New York, I'm talking about the man. He just show up. I'm talking about Jose Duarte in the house. Matthews with 2 goals last night. You're absolutely right about that, Kelly. And they are a great team overall. Get the chance, bad team beat the good team. As a result, leave maybe win the cup this year. So like I said, is there any words on Carey Price? Carey Price was on the ice this morning. The time I'm starting this video, this live stream, they should have some press conference following their practice this morning. I'm not there. Possible some of you can looking about that on the Montreal Canadiens website, on the Twitter account, but they should have a press conference with Carey Price following his practice. He was on the ice, not with the team, but with hockey coach, shooting the puck, track puck, everything like that. So honestly, for the last 2 weeks and a half, maybe 3, he was full equipment and back on the ice. But again, don't expect anything else to see Carey Price this month or the following month. I don't see Carey Price back in the lineup for the rest of the season. If it's the case, it will be only the few games in April. Otherwise, I don't see anything else. The key behind the press conference is to see what the condition for his knee. That's what we're looking for me, is to hear what he's talking about. Race backward is just a race car, but race car sideways is as a ball walker. You welcome Jose Snowblower as an answer different meaning in Florida. Yes, exactly. Or then you have to push harder or do something different for sure. Hi, Coach Price want to become a goalie coach. Zef Lacal, welcome aboard. I would not be surprised about this. He want to become a goalie coach. I don't know, Zef, if you're watching or listening the press conference or you did it or not. I did not know over there. Snow White and the Drawers. C'est again la conférence. It's supposed to be after when he finished the practice, when the Montreal finished his practice, about that one there. I see that now Steve G and Steve Jean Gregor, everybody is talking each other. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That would be awesome. C'est quoi l'approche des ads au trade deadline? C'est quoi l'approche? Honestly, they make maybe a couple of trades, like most of the UFA, like Chariot and also Kulak. Or the 2-1 could be on the discussion to get a new address to trade them for sure. Possible maybe Lekonen. Otherwise, I don't see many other players get out of Montreal Canadiens because of the contract situation about that. I just look at the score. I just found out Devils kicked Pittsburgh, former Stanley Cup champion. I'm impressed. Last night was a bad game for the Pittsburgh. What happening to a lot of teams recently, honestly. They got 6-1. Quand j'ai une question, c'est quoi l'approche? J'ai répondu à Isaac. Il y a un fit for between Philadelphia. It could happen, Peter, over there, at some point. What happening right now is the Flyers try to trade Ristolainen. He has a UFA become at the end of the year. So Petrie it could be a good asset for the Flyers. It all depends now the kind of trade they can look for the Flyers. I don't see the Flyers running after the contract like player like Petrie at that moment for the trade deadline. I was thinking they're looking more for prospect and the draft picks, and they will wait during the off season to maybe changing for sign or trade like a Jeff Petrie, someone like that, or they're looking for like that kind of player. They will maybe be active on the UFA also. So no, I from Colombia. If you got that everything, someone asking me, I said, okay, no, I was okay. All right. Can Licky go? Yeah, that's another player that people talk about. They could be let him go for sure, Alexi. I'm done with Josh Anderson being made the captain. It's funny you talk about this, Salah. The next hour, I just did a video about Josh Anderson this morning, and the question is that he's going to be traded or not. And inside the video, you're going to hear what I'm talking about Josh Anderson. So it's funny you talk about him right now, Salah. Likin and Vancouver, I don't know. I don't think so, but that's another subject. Maybe later. Cole, did you get my email, Danny T? When, Danny? Those are not that bad, but can we count? Okay, we count this one like that. All right. Anthony Mazzono and the house. I don't think so. I would be surprised if Flowers trade Konechny again. Lehkonen. Lehkonen is not recognized as an offensive player. Konechny he recognized like a player like an offensive player. So I don't know what would be the bet behind that trade. And again, I would be surprised two teams are not make the playoff, make a trade at that moment. It's rare you see that. You try to get a Lehkonen right now or like Konechny, trade for the team or on the playoff race to get a better values for the both players. So the team are not in the playoff, are not looking for trade players, are looking to trade a players to get a prospect or NHL draft pick. That's how it works usually. So a little bit surprised about that, Alexi. The Whip-It-Way is playing. I want to keep him. His value is trash, but he's playing good. Salah. All right. Coach, does the NHL find team for the leading pick and the back-to-back years for the draft? Because I keep on Ray Florida is trying to get Jacob. Not allow Anthony. Not allowed. You can trade at any time, any years. That's not a problem about that one, Anthony. Cedric McCann is available. 21 goals. If the league could strike a deal for both Giordano McCann, Kraken coach, ex-leave. It's funny, GB, because McCann, he was with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They let him go for the draft. But this would be a good deal for them, GB, about this for sure. The problem right now is funny because the Maple Leafs recalled this morning Robinson from the prospect. He have like a good stretch right now with the Marlins. How they bring him back for the rest of the season, or they show him for the rest of the other team for a possible trade could happen. But to me, GB, McCann and Giordano is really increasing the chance for the Toronto to have a little. That would be a better team with them, both of them for sure. Sorry, next coach. Cannot wait to see the video. You're welcome. And now we'll go. Please check. They have something there important. I will look about this, Danny, after the show. I agree with Salah. I like between now value is going to be high. If he considers that way, it would be hard to keep, and I expect to have good efforts. It could be interesting what he's going to do. I don't expect him to get traded during the trade deadline, more during the offseason. But if they get a great return, they will maybe trade him. Connecting to compare à qui? He have a really bad 2 years right now, Konechny. Obviously, at the beginning, they was expect him to be a different cat. But right now, he does not perform at the level he was supposed to perform. And will be interesting. He's still young. The time will tell us. And like I said, he didn't reach the level what they was expect the Flowers. That's the reason he's on the trade bait at that moment. Brady Tkachuk and Thomas Chabot are doing way better. Yes, they step up. They got a slump. Chabot did not score a lot. 0 goal until January. He got hurt 4 games. Now he has 5 goals. He picked it up the last couple of weeks before he got hurt. Now he's getting good. Tkachuk went to the 14th game with no goal. Then finally he scored a couple of goals. But during those kind of caps, at the time he was not scoring. He was continuously performing. He had opportunities, but he did not put the puck in the net. But both days right now, both of them are back at the level They play, and that's the good news. And that's maybe one of the reasons why the Ottawa Senators, with the goaltender situation, where they perform well with Forsberg or Murray, they are doing very good. I feel it was record in the team history at that moment. Yeah. Danny, what's important? Renault, welcome aboard. Chicago and Vegas have not played since Sunday, Carolina Monday. Does that mean Chicago will roll the Devil keep play hard last night? That will affect a little bit the Devils, but the fact the Devils beat the Pittsburgh Penguins last night and the way they did it, that will make them a little bit more stronger for tonight's game. On the flip side, Chicago are really on the bad stretch right now. They don't do well. There are a couple injuries over there, but still, we'll see if Jonathan Taze is back. A couple of them, they was on the ice yesterday morning. Now it's to see they all be ready. They all became day-to-day. I'm talking about 3-4 players. So who knows? When you have Marc-Andre Fleury, sometimes they can steal a game or be an interesting game for the bottom of both teams at the bottom of the NHL, honestly. I wonder if Petrie keep playing good, for sure they will be offered before the trade deadline. That will have the value. So I believe if Petrie continues what he's doing, some of the team right now believe Petrie is a good hockey player. Sometimes when you change the scenery, that increasing the player to get better. And some of the team always give a second, third, fourth chance. So I wouldn't be surprised if it could happen for Jeff Petrie. But again, I think Montreal Canadiens, with a decision with the right defenseman side, they would maybe not trade at the trade deadline, but wait after the trade deadline during off-season about that one over there. Sherlock can be traded. Yeah, he can be traded. Mr. Joseph Laham with a big smile, with a big W, because everything is big in Texas, because they beat yesterday the Pittsburgh 6-1 is bigger, of course, Joseph Laham. No, Alexei, not Shariat for Shabbat. Ottawa is not going to accept that. Directly from, wait a minute. Veleo came from the sauna, and Yamo is in the gym. What's going on in Finland? Are you like on vacation all the time? Veleo is back in the house. Yes, I agree a little bit, Solar, about Petrie's situation with Weber and, of course, Edmondson. But I think he still have a couple inside of him for sure. I'll depend on return what the management felt about it, but at our rebuild stage, we'll see what happened about this and see that pull the trigger. Zef Lecave and all the fans from the Montreal Canadiens, Peter August earlier, and everybody else, the words get out today. It's not a ritual. It's not a rebuilding. The new words is transformation. We are right now with the Montreal Canadiens, we're going to become a transformation team. That was the word this morning we hear left and right and the social media. So they are not under rituals. They are not a rebuilding. They are right now on the transformation. What is transformation? We're going to talk about this a little bit later, Sunday night. We come back Sunday night at 9 o'clock in our tap. Andrew LePage and another guest going to be with me for the Let's Talk Abs Sunday night. So, but the new words, Zeph and everybody else, the new is the words called transformation. Ça va être quoi notre philosophie? Tout dépend, again, Alexis. Ça va dépendre à quel rang qu'on choisit. So it would be interesting to see that. Johnny said now 3,700 view on the trade video. That's awesome. Johnny, welcome aboard, Johnny Golden. I'm doing a Josh Anderson today. So it'll be interesting how many he's got because I trade Josh Anderson. So it'll be interesting if the people is going to pick up my Josh Anderson or not, or only Chariot. Leave last year as hardly any power play, but Bonding is leading the NHL and drawing penalties. Any good trade for that type of player? Maybe a Clutterbuck. It could be interesting, GB, what they're going to do. I thought Simon is the guys, is the bottom four. If you bring out Clutterbuck and in the lineup, you have Simon and Spencer. Now you have to take out Mikheyev or Ekval of the lineup to let a spot. Now you have Robinson's coming today. So I don't know how you can put Clutterbuck with the rest of the team, but they would maybe figure out for sure. Gallagher is good at drawing penalties, GB. Renaud, Petrie is not a conventional hockey player. I've never seen a player avec his unique style de play. We are shuddering ourselves from the war that's coming. Coach, even thought Tyson Barrie is new, will he still get traded at the trade deadline? He have a really difficult year, Dyson Barrie. 0 goal at the last 25-26 game. Does not produce on power play. He have no much time anymore. He have a contract of $4 million. I think he signed for the 2 years contract of $4.5 million. I'm not sure the year before, after. He still have 1 more year to go. I don't know who would like to get Tyson Barrie. He's not a defensive player. He struggled on the defensive because he cannot win the battle and he's not physical, so he loses a lot of battle and he cannot retravel the puck. So that's what I'm not sure they're going to do about Tyson Barrie, or I don't know which team would like to get him. Renaud, my main not on Petrie is like the speed, age is not physical. That's not a rebuild. All right. That's expand and Meneses et collide Serge Ardouin chemistry expand and Meneses. Send Martin St. Louis there. Petrie find a way to play better, and he cut a lot of points now. He reached 5 points under St. Louis. So sometimes it's not about the speed. In hockey, the speed is important, but it's not always to be speed. It's about to find a way to be at the right position when you need to be there, and to find your teammate on the ice. So speed is important, but you only have a speed, but you don't know where to go. So the IQ and the vision become very important, and you position at the right location. When you read the play, it's a very important element or tools and you inside of you to make better about become a better hockey. Coach, are you every day at the same time? Yes, sir, mon Peter. Coach, let me get the dictionary. Transformation. Yeah, Zeph, exactly. C'est Ashton lead into the goal. I Renaud. Mr. Johnny Larkin back in the house. Alexi asked me trade Anderson. He asked me, would you trade Anderson? I cannot tell you, Alexi. I'm doing a video. The video will be out afternoon. If I sell the scoop, my video is not good. So you have to watch the video, but you have to wait until the last minute, because that's what I'm talking about, Josh Anderson. Can he leave, or the Abs keep him or not? That's the biggest question. That's what you need to know after you watch my video. It's going to be out the next couple hours. Can it over have the foot? All right, I don't know what we have here. Non, je ne changerai pas Anderson. Il a 26 ans, un allié de puissance. Ils sont très rares. Zev Lecave. Good morning, Michael Robinstein, the dog walkman, and the house. I would 100% move from Anderson before he turn. Is the reçoit bon off in l'échange. Right about that. I would be curious, Renaud, what kind of players you consider like Anderson in NHL score an average of 24 goals per game per season, 22-24. You have 38 to 42. His win is battle 50-50 for 68%. And if you have someone need to fight, he would be there for his teammate. I'm just curious what kind of player is like him at 27 years old, scored 23 goals, like I mentioned, at $5.5 million per year for the 5-6 year. When he be out, he's going to be his contract below at 34 years old. How many players right now you see on each team? Give me one name like him on each team they have, and they produce like him, and they play about 14, 15 minutes per game TOI. And what kind of player Montreal has like Josh Anderson? if he's leaving, who is going to play like Josh Anderson? Michael, for the second, I thought you were talking about me. Tavares lost his speed. Comme aux Ducks contre Sam Steele, Maxime contre in the first round. So, I don't know what you're talking about, Alexis. Speed now, Tavares is a step behind the play. Alexis, if this avait 32 years, j'écoute, mais 26, non. Dauphin est fast like Tavares or quicker. I don't know. And one thing I know, Dauphin is not Tavares. Renaud, it's not about the speed. It's about how you play. You cannot compare the same sentence, Dauphin and Tavares. You talk about a Hall of Famer versus a guy never played in NHL. He can barely make it. So for me, I would take Tavares 25 times before Dauphin. On my book, I would build a team. I take Jean Tavares. I would not need Laurent Dauphin. You have a ton of players like Dauphin in NHL. Johnny Golden, could you see Chariot out and Jordan Harris in after the NCAA season over? Yes, Johnny, of course. I would not be surprised if Harris signed after the season. He started right away with the Montreal Canadiens because Chariot will be gone at that time. So it's a win-win for both, honestly. That's a great comment. Philippe Rizzo-Saline is available. Could you be target for the league, but you must like to add a forward and a deal maybe make you win there. The problem with Rizzo-Saline is $5.5 million become a UFA and not very good. Now, the make you win is like what you do with Simons if you bring McEwen. The thirdly is what do you get in return for that? Dubas does not want to trade his first-round pick anymore. So that's, I understand what you try to talk about, GB, and I love to talk that way because that's what make fun a chat about that one over there. Zebras nice on pit. Corey Hill, should Ottawa another trade for the December Ottawa young group, maybe a middle. No, Corey. Ottawa cannot trade at that moment, Corey. Anytime, at any moment, they are seller. So they cannot trade to reach a kind of player at the trade deadline. The only way you do if you want to get there is during the off season. But not right now. Ottawa would be a biggest mistake if they trade right now until the end of the trade deadline for buy players, not to sell, buying. It's not a rebuild. It's not a retool. It's a resurrection. Peter, that's a good one. It's a mix like that, GM. I would not be surprised. They don't wish anybody get hurt. But if like the case like Marsden, that get a little bit more flexibility of the Toronto to do that for sure. And that's an advantage for them at that moment. But nothing wrong with that. That's a part of the rule in NHL. Taco Navo, welcome back. Taco Navo. He's a prototype like Shane Corson. I think Shane Corson was overall a better plus. But I'm talking, Renaud, about a player right now, at that moment, in the NHL, not in the past, right now. It's a re-up. I like that one also. Frank Salazar, welcome back. Guys, and welcome to Frank Salazar. He talked about the hit of Sam Bennett last night. Oh! Cole Selinger got hit last night. He hit the train. I'll be honest with you, it's a clean hit by Sam Bennett. You talk about the hit for Mike Sheffley versus Jake Haven. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what you're doing, but stop everything. Go watching that hit. Unbelievable hit. Maybe one of the biggest hit of the season so far. And don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be great. But Not necessarily, I agree with you, Frank, but it was a clean hit, not a problem. If it was sure it was Lundell, Pender would be upset about that. I agree with you about this, Frank. And plus, it was Cole Sillinger, a young man, 18 years old. Glad he was come back. It was okay, but a clean hit, I don't see anything against that part over there, Frank. But everybody talked about the hit yesterday and this morning for sure. When I look at Anderson, Josh stat for playoff last summer is very bad prediction. Renault, you don't you don't look stat only on the playoff. If you do that, you're not going to have a hockey team. Not many players produce in the playoff. And it's not about the stat. It's about what you do on the ice, the face-off, the what you do you retravel the puck. Last night, the best play in hockey last night and for years, it was Austin Matthews back-checking, steal the puck, and turn around. What is the stat of that? Nowhere. But right now, Austin Matthews may be the best player in NHL because he does this constantly now. He back-checking, he steal the puck, and he turn around. But those stuff like that, you don't see that. If you look what you just said, Renault, by Josh Anderson, what about Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner during the playoff? They don't produce. But now, because you don't produce the playoff, you don't want them during the year. You have to have a perspective, a little bit more open up, and to realize what I qualified a great hockey player, what he does in my team, what is the role of that team. That's how you build and you make a perspective of each player, an evaluation of the players. Not only the stat of the goal, of the assist, or only, this he produced and the playoff or not. You have to have a better enlarge about what the player bring, what he does with no puck, where he go with no puck, how he read the play, how he anticipate the play, what he does on this defensive zone coverage, how he get his first two stride when he pick up the puck, what he does with the two stride with no the puck over there, where he goes when the puck will go in that area over there. And those kind of stuff like that, the battle 50-50, the puck retrieval after that. Can he go in front of the net? What he does, those information, you need to put this in the package deal, and then you evaluate the players. That's how usually you do when you evaluate the players. And my book, and for the people I know, he does that kind of stuff like that. I said Dauphin and Tavares play the same level now. Not agree with you about that, Renault, about Tavares and again Dauphin. Look the point per game average right now, Renault. Look the percentage the face-off. Look the Tavares, what he does on the ice, and compare what Dauphin does. And then after that, you can tell me all the stuff like that. I agree with you, Renault, about that one over there. Bruins and Marchand will get suspended again. Many games, he has to be careful about that. Yamo, welcome back. Recently, is like Subban, he raised his permit early, and now is washed by middle. I agree with you about this, where recently he really struggled about that. Yamo back. Could Krasov come over now? KHL is cancelled. It depends, Johnny, is if he got traded and he could come back to finish the season. If he got traded at anywhere in NHL, whatever is the name of the team will love to have him back for sure. And that would be a great opportunity for him to learn, but also show what he can do in NHL. The return of Toffoli was really great. Anderson was to be something similar about that one over there. Okay, that's fair. Eddie King, same boat. They don't want to give many a set of pick. They might have to settle for 3 share deadline trade player, maybe rental or 2. 2 things about that. Yeah, possible with the King. The Kings have a lot to give in return. I think they're looking for what is the right thing. They want to reevaluate their prospect, like what look like Kiliev, Kupari, Byfield, and then the Turcotte, the Thomas, and they have so many of them. So That will be something you have to look about that. I said Wenson, goalie, not good. No, not really good again last night, 6 goals. If Ken Cancel like Anderson, I'm going to be forget the ultimate, so I think Josh Copy is started. Two different players. You talk about a 5'8" players versus a 6'3" players. Atkinson, I never see him fight. I didn't see Atkinson hit a lot during the game versus Anderson. And Ken Atkinson is a short-handed guy, very smart on short-handed. And you can compare more like Lekonen like Atkinson. But Atkinson have more finished offensive side, my book. Shara showed great balance during his fight. What's one is Jan on my aggressive for the rain. Spring thought about this. The problem with Shara is what he's going to do at 5 versus 5 at the even strength, how he's going to play against that one over there. And the playoff, whether you put him on the third pairing, second pairing, or first pairing. Do you, Shara would be happy to play for a contender winning playoff? Stanley Cup, play about 10, 12, 13 minutes. If you expose him during 18 minutes, 20 minutes on the playoff, do you think he will be more available or not good enough because the speed he doesn't have anymore, he get beat a lot. That's all those qualifications you have to look about this at the end of the day. Columbus have another good goalie, Biribi. Yes, exactly. For the trade now, Biribi is another story right now. We play 3 games. He won the 3 games. He's the right time because Columbus going well with Patrick Laney. But again, Meslikin and Kopisalo and now Tarazov is also in the injury list about that. Biribi play again today. I think so. They don't have anybody else. Luke should go after Shara. I will not touch Shara. Was the open ice hit on the open ice last night, the same play as Evan Sheffield last run. It was similar at that way. Pencil will leave the league as soon as he is UFA, in my opinion. Possible. A lot of people talk about this. I don't see that. But a lot of people always put this of Arizona. But I don't see him to play in the ring with 5,000 people or always empty over there. But who knows? The future will tell us. Did he left his feet? He make any contact with the head? He did not. Then he's clean. Peter agreed 90% chance the Muffin Man but do a snack attacks musician one. Problem is in Columbus one Turkish Canadian from Oilers as Allen has to move his salary. Renaud Tavares was the league biggest regret saying he hugged his match cap in league has transformed into a young speed. Leave has brought up Nick Robinson for the Marlins could turn out to be better than his brother. Right now we don't see that. He came twice, but when he came with Toronto, he was never been full recovery from injury. So we have to give a chance. He have a lot of upside down. It was a first round pick during that with the Toronto Maple Leafs or early 32, 35, but the expectation are high for him. With Matthew Nice, they are the 2 big forward for the prospect they have the league. So we'll be interested. Is it this for show him for other team or for keep him until the end of season? That's the biggest question we can ask him. Yep. Exactly about that. Atkinson, I said earlier, is an offensive. I'm talking about the way they play the game overall, but not, I mentioned in my comments, Lekonen is not an offensive player like Atkinson, but both them play very well on PK, and that's what it's fun between both of them about that. If Capitals start out contention, the lose first round with Kuznetsov trade this summer. It's been already mentioned before. Kuznetsov is going to be on the market over there at some point. The problem with that is who they have in return. Backstrom is 35 years old. Eller is over 30 years old. That line is really struggle over there. Can they? I wouldn't be surprised they run after Vincent Trocek during the UFA. I see Trocek with the Capitals next season. I could be wrong. I just open up my head that way, but it could be. Really, thanks for the update. Leave won a Dallas Kilberg showcase for star of the one Robinson brother. They talk about this, Clember. That negotiation is not looking good right now, Clember and the Dallas Star. The Dallas Star looking more the Joe Pavelski asked his agent talk about the Dallas Star to keep him. So Clember, I believe, could be a really attract for the Leaf, but he will have to give Robinson in return and not to give the first round pick where the Leaf are looking more that way with there. So I would not be surprised about that. It could happen, GB. A very smart move if they do that. Do you think Ovi should have to talk about what's going on? We should do keep like that out of the subject. Like we do here, we don't talk about those kind of politics, what's going on, everything like that, right? I would prefer him don't talk about this a lot. Keep for his own perspective, what he's thinking, keep the secrets, don't tell anything about that. It's not going to be, whatever he would said again or for, that was not help his image. At the end of the day, people will be upset, and that's not what you want. You don't want to put also the team you play with and the bad situation about his comment, what kind he's looking for. So I would say to him, be quiet about that one over there. Abs are calling it a roster transformation for Ab. Montreal Power have said they will try to sign a 2 big UFA this summer, and yeah, they who. Looking for a center and a right defenseman. That would be my 2 priorities for Peter about that one over there. Now, is it a super elite or an elite players? I don't know, but that's what I believe they were looking for. Ron, I said keep out. We know the Panarin was but for the captain is a Mifflin. Yeah, I agree with you about that. Leaf don't need scoring. We need a defense. Coach Sunday said Price won't be on the ice this upcoming weekend. Dwayne Good, Allen could be skating soon. Yeah, possible about that one over there. Dawson, Sports Corner, welcome aboard. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. How about Brooklyn owned by a recent billionaire? I don't know about that. I'm not follow that. Renaud, I agree. I don't think players should have to talk politics. They will be to play hockey, so talk just hockey. Yeah, Dwayne and his girlfriend welcome a baby boy on the first 17. It is why he's not playing. No, he got hurt during the game a couple of weeks ago, Peter. Which player will sign in Ottawa Senator and who not? I don't know, honestly, Kirill. It's too early right now in February to say who's going to sign or who keys, who not, everything like that. They don't have a lot of UF3, honestly. Nick Paul is one of them. But I believe right now Ottawa is more looking to focus on the draft and the prospect they have. They are not anymore. They are owned by Joseph says. Coach, j'ai mangé le McDo. All right. Coach, what's happening with Perrault? Will he play the season? He's back next year. Yeah, Perrault will become day-to-day right now, Renaud. We expect him to be back the next 10 days. He was hurt at the eye, or his right eye, right eye, I believe. And it looked him better. It was him and Devarek are more like day-to-day compared to Drouin and Edmondson. Just and that Price won't be speaking today. The team will just provide standard update. Thanks, Peter, for the update. Great to hear that. Une nouvelle équipe dans le Derby, Petrie. Right. Perrault said when he signed that his back was not fit to play center, 10 years old. But Serge put him center anyway. Can we fix? It's because the reason he played Perrault, they used him a couple of times because he was the injury situation, Renaud. At that time, Poland was and Laval. And even was out. Devarek was out at that moment. That's the only reason why Perrault fixed a couple of times the most play center. But if you look his time, he did not play only. Most of the time he played, I would say to you, 80-20 winger, and then after that center. Michael said, what if a professional player hockey players going to play together? That said, Toronto need to defense, but sorry, GB, Oshawa is too slow. I'm not, will help. Michael, Coach, do you think the Nashville will really trade off Forsberg? It's getting hot, this subject about that one over there, right? And Nashville Predator. Are they going to make a big splash at some point? I would not be surprised about this. I don't know how they can let it go. Forsberg, they are guys right now a couple of points behind Minnesota and St. Louis. So I don't know why. They are really a team really loyal with their players. They are really, really close with the players. If the player wants to stay, they would give him the money they want. I don't see him leaving. Again, we are right now on the rumor trade bait. So a lot of rumors going about that, but I don't see him to get out, honestly. I would be really shocked. But they're not going to keep him and not sign him and not to let it go after that. But it's a sign place we see. Maybe sign Evan Malkin this summer. If Malkin leaves Pittsburgh, it's going to be south. It's not going to be north. So Malkin is going to be re-signed with the Pittsburgh for 2 years, 3 years max, maybe more a 2 years contract. If not, look for the Florida Panthers sign Malkin. Looking back, do you think Minnesota wish they keep Minnesota? It will help the run up there. Yes and no, Renault. The problem with that, it will not sign Kaprizov because the salary cap situation, Renault. So for them, they would prefer to let it go Sutter and to keep Kaprizov. The problem was the salary cap, like I mentioned. Chara to the league will work, Renault said. Possible, I don't know. For me, I would say no. But if you think it will work, awesome. Forsberg to Montreal could be possible, Peter. The problem with that, I don't see how Montreal have enough money for him until Carey Price is around, Petrie is around, Gallagher is around, and Jonathan Drouin is around. Those carry on a lot of money, and you cannot afford to give about $10 to $12 million to Philip Forsberg, unfortunately. And if you are right now on the transformation, I don't see Forsberg can become really the one. Now, it could happen again, but I don't see how they can offer a guy like him right now with the Montreal Canadiens for the salary cap. I would like that, Renault. Man run, you would think Forsberg would be worth at least one runner and have the sampler for prospect care. Forsberg is on the block. Does not shock you, Kevin. They will still make a playoff this year. Like I said, I don't see this will happen. Michael, it will come to every price if they trade him. Shock me, Renault. Shower is cheap, $750. Stay at home defense. Leave, don't need scoring. We need own muscle from the net. Change Shara to the leave net. About that. I don't know how many games you see Shara. Like, not 5, like 20, 30 games this season. Shara get beat 3 times on the 4. Around. When you have a game, when you become a playoff time, when the speed go around, Shara get beat a lot. Now, when you go in the corner, he win the battle. But now you have to change the system because you need someone pick up the puck. And Toronto play a game with really stretch. They bring the forward out. They don't collapse together. They don't play corner side. So you will need to transform your system, the Shelton Keefe, to bring Shara with your team because now you're going to apply a swamp. And that's when you make a swamp. Now you pick up your forward deep in the zone. And when you go that way, you don't have those kind of speed up after that to do up. So if you want to get Shara, for me, hopefully they get him. But you will have some transformation on the system of Shelton Keefe if you want to do that. But again, the only problem with Shara, you have no speed anymore, and he can beat a lot on the between the red line and the goal and the top circle. So that will be about that one there. But right, he's cheap. Yes, he stay home, and yes, he won the battle in the corner. All 3 of this is all check about that. Would fresh similar return for us? But no, Renault, not allowed. But J.D. Miller, I don't know why he's still on the trade bait. I don't know why the Vancouver want to trade him. I don't get it. J.D. Miller, like, he check a lot of box. Play winger, he can play forward, he's great on face-off, he's good on defensive zone, he score goal, 20, 25 goals, 30 goals per year. He's really unique player with rare players. I don't know why Vancouver would not want to trade him. I don't understand that. He had another great game last night, by the way. Hello, coach. A friend, sorry to be late, not a problem in our top. Forsberg won $9 million a year. Predator cannot afford that. Will be interesting about this for sure. And a top, and a top. And making just a bigger, more talented Drouin. It's making just a bigger, more talented Drouin. You cannot compare Malkin and Drouin and Renault. It's you talk about a super elite players versus Drouin where he never reached that kind of player. The same. Saint-André Palat will be on the UF3. It will be interesting what the Tampa Bay is going to do with him. I believe Palat stay in the Tampa Bay if he signs a contract about $5.5 million. Can he reach $6 million? I don't know if Tampa can get him, but I don't see Palat go nowhere. But he could go if he's looking only for the money. But he loves to be here. Corey Kidd, welcome aboard. Montreal is getting Hurdle and D'Angelo. Renault, what did I miss? Winning another cup, or maybe Renstrom as a center. Renstrom become a UFA for sure. Should as well try to get 4-round pick at trade deadline because they have trade away already. I don't know about this. A 4-round pick is not really important, Corey Hill, for me. And on top, who is on top about Mikel around this? Shara is good front of the goal, but not open eyes. Petrie to Philly. They have Nixky, exclamator, Isaac Ratcliffe. He was called up, Ratcliffe. He had like 3 goals. I think it was 5 goals in the last 15 games. I don't know how Montreal can trade Carolina to get Ranzinski. But it could happen, Johnny, about that. Good job, you, Frenchie. Alan Barnes, welcome aboard. Columbus Blue Jacket, they are 10 points behind Capitals. They will have to. We'll see if it works. I'm trying to say again. Maybe he can join me here. Corinne, I sure code frozen. John Gregor, can you hear me? John Gregor, can you hear me? Can you say yes? Maybe only you and me here. Corey Hill, someone can say, yes, coach, you are back. Is there someone? Coach, you are back, coach. Here we go. Ron, you got it. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. I don't know why. Honestly, I have no clue. The internet now happening sometimes, so we'll see if we can stay alive. I want to bring you to the next graphic because we have a couple of things I want to mention to you about what happening yesterday. The big Z we talk about, right? I got yesterday is 1,652 game in NHL play. Become the most defenseman in NHL history, honestly. That's what happened for Zarab. You can see at the bottom with the Islanders, with the Ottawa Senators, with the Boston Bruins, with the Washington Capitals, and finally now again with the New York Islanders. Thank you so much, Mark. I don't know. It's the internet, honestly. But that's what happened about that one over there. Is it frozen again? In our top? We have also Zach Parise score his 400 goal yesterday. This was just a couple of days before. Just a couple of days. The day before, it was Corey Perry. So Zach Parise had an amazing, great career in NHL. He got also 400. Congratulations for Zach Parise. Bad news happening again. This is at Joe Carrick and the KHL. They decide to remove themselves of the KHL. Unfortunately, Joe Carrick, he was coached by the ex-NHL player Hukinen and Kravosky over there. So that's happening about that one there. Last night was a big night in Nashville. Honestly, it was Patrick Rainey back over there, got his jersey rise in the rafter. Part of the organization. First time the player got that one over there. P.K. Rainey was really the face of the organization in Nashville. The man was he's an icon over there, and I can't wait what is going to be the next for him. With this organization, he's not going nowhere. An amazing, great performance, not performance, but a great goaltender in NHL without winning, without the Stanley Cup. But you have to give him credit for what he did with that team for sure. The next one I want to talk about is also his general manager, David Boyd, has become reached a 3,200 career game as a GM. We know he has also he was before that the Washington Capitals, but he's over like 25 years, I believe, as a GM for the Nashville Predators. Unfortunately, never won the Stanley Cup over there. So that's what happened about that. Anybody can click. You have no comments. Someone said hi to me? So I want to be sure I don't talk alone. You have no comments. Follow at the bottom. So anybody can say hi. That'd be great if you don't mind. The next one I want to talk about is last night, A2. Hey, we go round. I got it. But I just come back from Sona. Awesome. Coach is back. Hi, Mr. Danny. Welcome back. So people coming back. E2 Listerinen played his 100 game last night and with the Florida Panthers. I want to mention last night, the score, New Jersey, 6-1 over Pittsburgh, 3-1 Toronto Maple Leafs. Austin Matthews was an amazing, great performance yesterday. The New York Rangers 4-1 against Washington. 6-3 Columbus shocked the Panthers. Second loss back-to-back in Florida. The Nashville beat 2-1 over the Dallas Stars, and that gave also Nashville the night of P.K. Rainey. We just talked about this. What about the Canucks? Snapped the 10th game for the Calgary Flames. The Boston Bruins win 3-2 over the Seattle Kraken. That was the 8-game loss by the goaltender Kruber and overtime this season. Eight game he lost Kruber and overtime, and definitely they've snapped their loss. Also is San Jose Sharks win 4-3 over the Islanders last night, and that was the result of the game last night in NHL. We have 6 games tonight. The Carolina back on the ice at home. The Columbus back-to-back game on the ice. St. Louis Blues owes the Buffalo Sabres. Chicago, the Devils. The Colorado, big game again. The Winnipeg Jets just have to find a way to win. Vegas back on the ice finally since last weekend. Arizona. And then the Ducks play the Los Angeles Kings. Kings need to win those kind of games if they want to be in the playoff for the upcoming season. Carolina does not play since Monday, and the Columbus played last night. Yeah. The one thing you have to pay attention, guys, those kind of schedule right now, they are all because they was not supposed to be that way. They was canceled during the COVID and what happening in January. This is another week this week for the Olympic. There was 3 weeks off. And that week right now here, this week, is the last one of the 3. And what they did NHL, they rescheduled a lot of game at that moment. So it's not like balance at that situation. They have no choice. They have to play. So next week, we are a normal week NHL. Start next week until the end of the season. Unfortunately, you have more game for the next 7 weeks because, or maybe 4, 7, 8, maybe 8 weeks because they rescheduled more game. They was canceled with the schedule they already have. So you're going to have some team like Montreal play 15 game in March and 31 days, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I know Ovi scored last night, but do you think H is starting to catch up with him, Ron? I don't know. Everybody have a slump, and everything's going on. The team does not do well. I think right now he's just in the slump, but he played the same way. He have the same passion. I don't see right now, but it could happen at some point, but I don't see at that moment. So many NHL history maker this season. That's damn amazing. Corey, yes, sir. Robert the Bruce in the house. You're absolutely right about this, Robert. You predict this. And Renault said also the same thing about that. Blues out since Tuesday at Buffalo on the road trip. Everyone took flame except moi, Robert. I got a right score for 11, Jose Duarte. Congratulations, Robert. You did awesome, Jose. Kelly, which one, Jose? Robert Bruce, John, thank you. I have a feeling. Absolutely right. Before we go to the quiz of the day, and I apologize for what happened earlier, don't forget at 5 o'clock, we have a new racing driver in the house tonight, and it's called the Ferrat Tap race car. It's going to be in our tap. It's going to be on the race car tonight at 5 o'clock show called the warm-up show with Ferrat Tap. So I invite you to join us tonight at 5 o'clock p.m. Mr. The racing driver Ferrat Tap is going to give to us a couple situation what he believes is going to be the winner of the trend race during the next the next show tonight at 5 o'clock. So don't miss Mr. Ferrat Tap tonight. It's going to be very interesting what he can do about that one over there. Talking about this, we make some tests with him, honestly. Let me check about that one over there. Oh, yeah. So he tested his car last night, and we took some testing. He did that. He was very successful. He was in the race with other racer. He did very nice, by the way. So, would be interesting to see Mr. Ferrat Tap tonight at the show in our at the night. So don't forget to get there. So he get out of the saloon, and now he have a new gig. It's called the Ferrat Tap Racing. So that's what's happening. But before we leave today, we want to bring you to the quiz. Not many people, so you have better chance to win the race today and to win the contest. And we're going to start right now here. I'm going to take some note, the pen here, and it's time for the Frenchy quiz.
Oh my God!
The first question is, it's all about the Z today. How many seasons of 10 goals et plus Zali Zalapski has during his career? 6. Under or over? How many seasons of 10 goals et plus Zali Zalapski has in NHL? All is already in our tap. Don't worry about that, Mr. Ferrat Tap. By the way, Mr. In our tap, you should change your name for Ferrat Tap tonight for the show. How many seasons? Under or over? Over Jose Duarte. RJ said over. John Gregor said over. Robert the Bruce, he said over. Kelly said over. Joseph Lahem said over. Renaud said under. And our tap said under. We're going to give some mulligan. Danny said over. Danny looked like he knows that one. I bet many or why. Corey Hill said over. Do we have something else? Peter August said under. Thank you to join us, Mr. Peter and Robert de Bruce. And the answer of that one, guys, is over 7 year, 7 season he got, and we have 8 people got the first answer.
Oh my God!
Question number 2. Valery Zilipukin play over 600 games in the NHL. Under or over? Valery Zilipukin. Wow. Run with the Utah Grizzlies long time ago. Ozzy said under. Robert said under. And Atap said under. RG said over. Peter August said under. Kelly said under. Ron Quinn said under. Joseph said under. John Greger said under. Renault said under. What about Corey Hill, Danny? Robert Bruce. Tommy said, hey. All right, Corey Hill said under. So I need to get the answer from Danny. If anybody knows, tell me if Danny he got. That'd be great. Danny said under. Thank you so much. RJ. His best year was with the Devils. Yep. RJ. Nobody said RJ. And Robert de Bruce. Robert de Bruce and RJ. I need an answer. Or someone saw the answer. Because I switched the computer. Thank you, Mr. Danny. All right. So the answer, that one guy was easy. Looked like everybody got it. Under 595 game. So that's what happening about that one over there. And we're going to go the last one. Rabbi said under. You got it. All right. I'll give it to you. Rabbi the Bruce got it.
Oh my God!
Last one. How many times he played for different NHL team? What are you talking about, coach? I forget the name of the players. How many times he played for different team in NHL? Peter Zezel. His name is Peter Zezel. Oh my God, I forgot Peter Zezel. It's Mr. Z today. Peter Zezel, coach. How many times he played for different NHL teams during his career? 8 different teams. Yes or no? The answer from RG earlier was B under. All right. So that question is, after RJ, under or over? How many different NHL team he plays on his career? So how many times he could play also for the same team, but that's come for 2 different teams at different moment. Jose said under. New King said under. Kelly said under. And Otap said under. Peter August said under. John Greger said under. Joseph Laham said under. How many times Peter Zezel played for different NHL team during his career? Danny, I think under coach year question is where. Corey Hill said over. Robert Bruce said over. Yeah, I will repeat the question again if you don't listen. How many times Peter Zazel played for a different team during his career, and also he count also for a different team if he played for the same team. So he can play for the Devils twice, that count for 2. If he play for the St. Louis Blues, that count for 2. If he play for Montreal Canadiens twice at different time, in 98 and 99, or 98 and 2006, that's count for 2. That's the question. I think exactly 8, coach, but that what do I know about that in our tap? Under about that one over there. You're almost right, Mr. Inotap. But we'll see. Do anybody else? So, round 20 said over, then he said under. He spent 15 years over there. And the answer of that one over there is humble is over. 9th different time he played for different team during his career. All right. So what he did, he played for 8 teams in NHL, but he played twice with the St. Louis Blues. That's count for another different time he played for a team during his career. So the answer is over, and that way over there, Robert the Bruce win, a Corey Hill win with that one over there, and is the winner of that one over there. Oh, Corey Hill, oh, not that one, and Robert the Bruce are the winner of that one over there. We have 2. We have Jose, RJ, Kelly, Joseph, Danny, Inotap, and then John Gregor. And we have 1. We have RN, Ron the Kings, and also Ron the King, maybe 2. And we have Peter August with that one over there. I think Inotap is right. Yes. Inotap is right with 8. Yes. But because he played at different time with St. Louis in 90 and 99, and he played with St. Louis in 94, that's come for an extra time he played with another time with another team. That's come for 9 at the end of the day. Could be the question was maybe not clearly clarified for that answer, but at the end of the day, if Inotap, as he count, is 8, but he played twice for the Zelda. Cesar was a Canucks also. Yeah, he played for the Canucks also about that one over there. So, my friend, don't go nowhere. Tonight, 5 o'clock, we're going to be back with Mr. Inotap or Ferratap. He's going to be on the race car tonight, so don't go nowhere. I can't wait to see you guys at 5 o'clock, and hopefully the internet is going to not stop. It has happened sometime. It is what it is. Until then, my friend, I wish you, of course, an amazing, great afternoon. And you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great afternoon, everybody. I look forward to see you at 5 o'clock with Mr. Inotap. Until then, goodbye all. Be ready for Mr. Inotap on the racing car tonight. Step out into the unknown. What do I know? Welcome, everybody. What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
proof now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now, just finish what you started.